Hello, friends, and welcome back to the channel. Gunko Guns here, still rocking the mustache, still devastatingly handsome, and yes, still getting that plus 65 charisma buff from the mustache. Today, I'm joined by the one and only Fate from Fate Odin Gaming. Together, we are the beard and the mustache, the undisputed champions of poor life decisions and questionable clothing options. Fate, do you know why we're here today?
I think we're here to discuss mastery, right? Right?
Yes, but not just any mastery,
Perfect.
weapon mastery. We got all the mats. What you get per kill, where you get it, even some cookies. FYI, but those are only for me. So sit back, strap in, grab a drink or two, and let's do this. Are you looking for people to play Throne and Liberty with? Think about joining the Mando community. We are always welcoming good players who wish to be part of our glorious community. Info will be in the description of this video. One final little plug here, I promise. I am grinding to 20k subs, and I would very much appreciate if you guys hit that subscribe button. Only, of course, if you enjoyed the video, so let's get into it. All right, thank you guys for being here. I very much appreciate all of you. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe, but let's get into it. So Fate, thank you again for helping me with this. We spent some time actually getting all the kills for all the soldiers and then figuring out how much you actually get for it. I am going to put that list for you guys on screen here in a minute, but I actually wanted to see what Fate thought about, mastery and how important it is, especially going to, season 2, if you will, or expansion that's coming out here in about 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, it's pretty important, especially with the new mastery overhaul. It is recommended that people try and focus on their 2 weapons to get them to as close to 20 as possible. That way they can unlock the most amount of XP in the new system. Also, if you decide to switch, there will be a new item that lets you convert all of the XP from one weapon of mastery into another one, but you can't combine all of them into one. So if you're a type of guy or gal that likes to level all the weapons separately, you're going to be a little bit in a pinch when the new mastery system comes out.
Definitely, but it is very important. In my last video, I gave you guys a couple of options that I definitely recommended for everybody to do. There was a lot of people that sent me messages that were just going a little crazy. So I figured, let me actually give you guys the full mat, because in the last video we said we were going to go out there and kind of get everything for you, so you actually know what you're getting per kill, how much you're spending, etc., etc. So with that said, here is the mats that we had. This is actually online as well. You can find it. And this, I believe, is pre-buffs. But again, I could be wrong. So again, take it. We didn't choose anything different. This is what we got when we were doing this. Okay. So I recommended obviously the contracts for the, for the secret dungeons, because you get a lot in there as well. Fate, if you have the contracts right for the, is it Taydel Tower?
Yeah, the Taydell's Tower, it's recommended you do the 3 contracts. You get every weekly reset. It gives you a bunch of the training dues, and currently with the event, you get more dues than what you normally would. So highly recommended. And also the Infinity Gate, even though you may not place ranked high enough, if you kill it within that 3-minute timer, I believe, you will get some training dues from it as well under the left side challenges where it says achievement rewards. You can click on that and it'll show you the rewards you get and the timers needed.
Yeah. So again, guys, we're not going to go over all of it. I gave you a bunch of options in my last video. We're just going to go over the actual map, but I definitely recommend you guys get at least some of this stuff done, and that's just pretty easy, and things like that. Going over to actually now the stuff that you get from the Ant Nest, Silas, Sanctum of Desire. I mean, there's all of them, even the Saradoma Island, which is one of my favorites. Let's go over and talk about it. And again, I suggested Ant Nest to everybody because it is easy, and I still stand by that, by the way. Let me explain why. And again, as you see, you don't get maybe as much per kill. Agreed. You don't get as much per kill, but here's why Ant Nest is also a good viable option. Maybe you do not have a high-end enough group for this. Maybe you can't get in group. Maybe your group's not playing when you're playing. Whatever the case may be, if you are solo, I would still recommend Ant Nest. because when you put all the buffs up and all that good stuff, if you're just trying to burn it, you again are not going to get what you should be getting on these other places. But let's be honest, depending on your class and CP, if you are not high enough and you don't have a group, it's going to be very difficult for you to finish all these other ones, especially on the level 5, level 6s, as we see. Like for Silas, level 5 and level 6 is just amazing because you get like 48 per kill, which is ridiculously amazing. But again, if you spend some time down there, you need a group for it. If you, especially if you can't heal, you're just gonna, kill maybe 3, 4 and die. What do you think about that, Fate?
I would agree to an extent. If you're a casual player, like Gun said, you can't get a group or you can't efficiently farm these Silas 5-6 or Surdoma Island by yourself. You can definitely go to Ant's Nest. That way, you're not just constantly over capping on your Abyss coins and just keep clearing them out. That way, you don't keep over capping yourself. And then try and look for a group in one of the higher zones.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the goal should be, especially because we have about 2 weeks, just about 2 weeks or so. The goal should be is that you pop all of your buffs that I mentioned in the last video. You get your guild buffs, all that good stuff. You get your chocolates, double chocolates, and everything else from the shop that will stack. And then, if you run out of the chocolate, you're still there. You got some things that you can buy in the shop for it. The goal should always be to hit up the level 5 and level 6s because those give you the highest, especially in Silas, right? But again, if you, for some reason, cannot get a group, if there's too much competition there, if there's like 5, 6 groups competing, you might not, have enough kills where you're spending 2, 3 hours there and not getting enough of these points. I also take into effect timing, right? In Ant's Nest, there's like almost nobody there. You can just put some music on and do it. Get your kills in, especially again if you can't find a good group and things like that. There's different options for you, but I would still recommend highly if you can again kill these by yourself. If you have enough time, especially if there's not a lot of competition there, I would recommend Silas level 5 or level 6, and then I would also go for Sardoma Island. Those are the ones that I would particularly like to do myself. But again, worst case scenario, if you are running late, you can't get to it. If there is, if you're capping at points and you just want to spend some really quick, or again, if you're a casual player and you just don't want to deal with any of that nonsense, Ant's Nest is still better than nothing. And it's actually not terrible XP as well that you get for it, right? So those are my recommendations. I just wanted to give you guys the math so you guys can actually see what you're getting. Fate, do you have any last words for our friends here who are trying to get ready for T2?
No, you've nailed a lot of it. I would recommend that your contracts for each of the different abyss zones, like Silas, Sardoma, Crypt, etc., those blue scrolls you get that you have a giant stockpile of, but you don't do those right now. You wait
That's right.
until we get to Landry because there will be new loot added into them. Or if you really wanted to, you can dissolve them into the green crafting scrolls and then craft the new abyss locations. Keep in mind, though, dissolving these is very expensive. And if you don't have the gold, I don't recommend doing that. I would just stockpile them and just wait until the expansion comes out.
Definitely recommend that. I've been putting it in my bank just so I don't accidentally click on it. I definitely recommend you guys do the same. We're only 2 weeks away. What I would recommend, as I said in the last video, and again, thank you, Fate, for that, is get ready for it. Mastery should really be your number one priority. Getting your runes, getting to that 4K CP if you can. That should be your main priority. After that, do whatever you want, right? But you got about 2 weeks. So anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video. I asked Fate to help me out here as well because we wanted to get these tests to be perfect. That way you guys can see all the math and you guys can go from there. We hope you guys join us in Mando, by the way. In T2, our Discord will be in the description. We hope to see you guys in T2. I'm not going to try to pronounce the name for it, but we'll see you there. Take care, folks. And again, thank you, Fate, for joining.
Yeah, anytime. Have a good day, everyone.